Let's go, come on.
No, we went for like a... Definitely went out a bit too hot in the first two sets.
It's not real. It can't be real.
He's fucking waiting.
Let's start that again. Alright, welcome back guys. I recognise it's been a while, 5 weeks since I last uploaded a vlog, and in that vlog I was like, oh, I'm back for good. Apologies. I think the reason behind that is perfectionism is literally like, I was just letting it stall me and kill my ability to make these vlogs. So yeah, I kind of just want to share my week this week as a 22-year-old living in Sydney, prioritising my health and well-being and my creative work, and also trying to find a bit of balance in living in a new city. But yeah, anyway, this week in the life, it is Monday morning. It is 11 past 6 in the morning. I've been waking up a lot earlier recently, trying to get out the house and do something active, so I'm gonna go for a run. I'll bring you guys with me. Before I run, I usually like to eat something light, so let's go down and make that real quick.
Fuck them, man. I don't respect my pagans. Coochie freshly shaven. Man's got expectations. Old thing try flex on man last week with a dead vacation.
Just going back to the idea of like perfectionism and how it can stall you. Obviously, over the past 4 months, I've been creating a vlog a week as my job for the founder of a company, and I've been, in all honesty, I have been trying to like make my own content during that time. And I think just because I'd gone a little while without doing it, it felt very like unnatural or a little bit uncomfortable to begin with again, like picking the camera back up and being in front of the camera. And I'd go back and I'd look at the footage, I'd be like, oh, I'm not happy with that, or I'm not happy. And then I'd go back and watch my old videos and I was like, okay, well these weren't perfect. Like if I made these today, would I be happy with them? Like when I made them back 3-4 months ago, I was stoked with them. And like they weren't perfect. I just realized how ridiculous I'd been. Like the reason I wasn't making these vlogs, or the reason I haven't been in front of the camera as much, is not because I've been too busy. Albeit I have been busy. It's just because I thought that like the product that I was creating, or going to create with these videos, was not going to be at the level which I desired. It's just ridiculous. Like, making content for myself is a different skill than making content for other people. Like, the more reps I get in, the better I'm going to be at doing this. It's not like I've reached this limit and everything has to be at that level. Like, it's more of a consistency thing, definitely. Because I do love making these videos. This is the thing. You know, sharing my story, documenting my life is how this all started. Why I'm living in Sydney, Australia. Like, it's always been the thing, and I don't want to lose that. But enough yapping, let's go for a run.
This is something that, like, after 4 months of living here, I still cannot get over. How, like, beautiful and peaceful it is in the morning around here. Like, oh my god, look at what the fuck. It's not good for my runs because I'm essentially like stopping all the time and just walking and just admiring the view, but yeah, it's unreal. Every time I run around here, it's honestly like just crazy. I've got places to be this morning, so should start running again. Performative step running. I've never done that before.
breakfast today. I usually keep it the same every day. It's eggs, scrambled eggs, and a bagel. This is really fucking bright. Alright. I'm actually in a little bit of a rush because I've got a meeting at 8 AM. I'm not sure if I said this, but I'm meeting with a guy called Ollie. I actually think he's my age. He's starting up a supplement company here in Sydney, and he's been documenting the whole thing on Instagram and TikTok. It's really cool content. He's actually just started YouTube as well, and he's crushing it on there. So yeah, hopefully have a good yarn with him. From what he shows in his content, I like the sound of his outlook on life, and he seems like a very knowledgeable guy, so hopefully I can film it, and there's some good sound bites to show you guys from it. But yeah, hopefully just have a good yarn with him, learn more about him, see if I can help him anyway, see if he can learn a bit more about me. Yeah, it should be good. And then straight after that I'm into the office, so I'm meeting him at a cafe near my office. My run this morning was actually my first time running with a camera in my hand. I think like it kind of relates back to what I was saying earlier on. Just like when it comes to doing a task that maybe you're new to, or you're getting back into the swing of things, for me it's vlogging. Just trying to make it as easy as possible for myself to be able to do the thing, like set myself up for success. So right now the setup that I'm on is the ZV-E1 and the Tamron 17-28, which are like my smallest camera body and my smallest lens. So it was easy, it was a lot easier to go out and film my run than if I was bringing like my A7S III that I'd try to film most of the stuff on. It sounds so obvious, like obviously take the lighter camera and the lighter body for a run. But I think it just applies to like everything. If you like little differences that make it easier for you to do something that you want to do. By the way, if anyone's looking to get into vlogging, I know I get this question a lot, what camera do you use? The ZV-E1 is by far the best camera body for vlogging. It is basically an FX3, but just like smaller and lighter. You can chuck it in your bag, especially if you've got a small lens. I recommend the Tamron 17-28 because it's super light. You can get this nice wide angle that I've got right now, and it's just a good lens as well. You can punch into 28, which I mean doesn't give you a lot, but it's good for vlogging, and it's so small. Like there's no excuse for me not to take this camera and this lens everywhere with me, and that just helps me like capture more content. And when you're vlogging, so much of it is like just in the moment stuff. You're very rarely going to be planning out your shots. I think that's what like I was like, what the fuck, why am I filming more stuff? It's because I was like trying to plan it out, and I feel like I had to make like the perfect video. Vlogging is about like just capturing and documenting your life, and there's fun in like trying to make that look cool in the moment. So yeah, smaller camera, smaller body, like be in mind, this camera setup's still like $2,000 US. So I mean, I recognize a lot of people watching this and want to get into it, probably can't start with that, but I started off with the ZV-E10, which was like a $600 camera, and my most viewed videos are all made on that. So yeah, I definitely think smaller and like easier to access, easier to film is definitely better when it comes to vlogging, especially when you're starting out or you're trying to get back into it. Super simple. 3 scrambled eggs and then a bagel, and we've gone cottage cheese on the bagel. Pretty much keep it the same like every single day. I do 2 omega-3s in the morning, a vitamin D3 and K2 supplement, and then a men's multivitamin as well. I was taking these in college. You might have seen if you are an OG on the channel and you watch the day in the life there, but yeah, we've just added in a multivitamin. One of the big things that I've made a change to, especially in my morning routine, is the amount of time I spend on my phone. I think over the past couple months, adjusting to a full-time job, especially a full-time job where like I'm in charge of a lot of my hours, and I was finding like I was putting a lot of hours into it, and I was feeling a bit overwhelmed, or feel like I didn't have much balance in my life, or didn't have enough time for other things. And then I was like, okay, well, let's work back. Like, what am I actually spending my time on? And I realized I was still spending like 4 hours a day scrolling social media, which is absolutely crazy. I mean, I'll put my hand up and say it, like I love a little doom scroll, but it's something where I've kind of had to cut it out. I saw a podcast, I think it was Naval Ravikant, and he said like
something along the lines of a lot of problems come from men not being able to sit alone with their thoughts for 30 minutes.
You know, when I was growing up, there was this statement, I think it was Pascal, he said, you know, all of man's problems arise because he cannot sit by himself in a room for 30 minutes alone. And it's very true. I always needed to be stimulated.
And I was like, there's no way that's true. Like, I can definitely do that. So I tried it, and it was genuinely, like, difficult to do. I was like, okay, I've got a bit of a problem here. Like, I'm spending too much time on my phone. 4 hours a day is essentially like a full-time job worth of wasting time. So, especially in my mornings, like, I try and not touch my phone until I leave the house to go to work. So if I'm up around 5:30, then I'm not touching my phone until about 7:30, 8 a.m. It sounds like such, like, cliche life advice, but if the first thing you do when you wake up is reach for your phone, you are essentially setting yourself up for failure. And the days where I do just reach for my phone, like, I just don't feel as productive, and it kind of flows through the whole day. So, by the way, the walk to the metro is bloody nice. But, yeah, it's something a little change that I've made. No phone until usually I hop on the metro and I'll have a little doom scroll, I can't lie.
Well, what do you find in terms of the difference between an audience on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube?
Yeah.
Like, what sticks? What do you think is underpriced, underleveraged? Not that it is like a transactional thing, but I definitely think YouTube's super untapped.
I mean, the Minted Boys built their whole thing on YouTube pretty much. Like, Marcus started on TikTok, and then their vlogs get like 50k views for like a video. It's crazy. Like, they built this entire community, people lining up outside their pop-up, just like, oh, I watched the vlogs, I drove 10 hours to be here.
It's also interesting, someone like Marcus, who gets 50,000 views on his vlogs on YouTube, his like Instagram engagement, whilst he has a lot of followers, isn't that great.
No.
But it's because he's like investing the time into YouTube, and that's more important. So
I think, like, my whole thing with Instagram, like, I don't post much on Instagram, much on TikTok. That's kind of like the landing page where you like can see like glimpses into my life. If you want to know everything about my life, you can go on YouTube and watch one of my 20-minute videos.
Yeah.
And I'll just spill way more about like my personality than someone with 1 million followers who's posting every day on TikTok.
Yeah.
It's like the barrier to entry with YouTube is a bit higher. Like, not many people want to do like what we're doing, like talk in front of a camera.
yeah, barrier to entry is a huge thing as well. Like, I think because it's so easy to pick up your phone and just film a TikTok and Instagram, it feels like you're doing something that's like productive. And then there's a ton of vanity metrics attached to it, because you can hit the algorithm like a lottery and win. But YouTube doesn't reward like a lottery system. Like, you really have to put out a 20-minute quality video for it to get pushed and work.
What's up, guys? Showed you my morning routine. Now, it only makes sense to show you my evening routine. Me and Campbell are on the way to the gym right now. We're gonna hit a little pool day, and then we're gonna sauna max a little bit.
Bro's gonna try pool on pool day. Bro's weather scrolling. Bro's checking the weather for the clip.
No, we work for like a...
Bro's started mixing. He used to play football, but then he failed football. Pleasure, guys. I'll probably see you at the next stop.
Bro, started mixed. We are.
Yeah, right back. I walked in the studio, Noel said, I thought you quit. I said, nah, I'm quitting again because I started again. Gotta wait on that. It's like the storm before the calm. We'll get to the vacation later. For real.
That may look sus, but it works. That is the go-to core exercise.
What's the matter with you?
There is no tomorrow.
The whole gym thinks we're spastic.
There is no
If
tomorrow.
Max starts this video with his head out the car and the
There
harbour
is
bridge, he
no
likes to do it.
tomorrow.
stare inside, take my place in my mind, capture me, follow through, validate, wanting you.
Guys, we're on the other side of the bridge this morning. We're going to get in a little interval session. Unfortunately, the track that we wanted to go to was closed, but we found a nice little area. We just got like a little bit of a bend in it, so we can hit some 400 meter repeats.
Let's go, come on.
More like 2 loops on, 1 loop off, or 1/2 loop off.
How you feel?
Definitely a little, I'm feeling it after the first rip. Can't lie, but it's good. I think it's that little incline. I really have been just like cruisy running all of this year, not really pushing myself too hard. I feel like running for me right now is like a form of discipline and a form of structure that maybe I lost a little bit when I left college, and I left like a college athlete, college soccer environment where it's very structured and you just turn up to training at a certain time and you put the work in. So I'm not training for anything in specific right now, but definitely trying to push myself with harder workouts and maybe building into something, but yeah, just getting that discipline back, force myself to do hard things. All right, let's go again. Definitely went out a bit too hot in the first 2 sets, and then was holding like a 340 something pace average, but yeah, it's good. It definitely cooks you on that hill, but I mean, can't complain. It's a good start. Hopefully the vlogs are a bit more consistent and this training vlog's a bit more consistent, you guys see the progression, but yeah, you actually got to sign up to something now. Great start to the day. Anzac Day as well. For you Australian and New Zealanders out there, happy Anzac Day, lest we forget.
It's not real. It can't be real.
No lymph nodes is swollen. They told me even when the record skip, keep it rolling on the shoulder like.
I realized I never showed my night routine after I went to the gym on Tuesday. So yeah, essentially nighttime routine is super basic. I eat a bowl of yogurt with granola and honey, and I read a book in bed and then go to sleep. Right now I'm reading deep work. I feel like with my work, creative work, it's like a fine line between making my work more efficient but also like not losing quality. So when you're working on, say, like editing a vlog, how can I be as focused as possible within the time that I'm editing it, which will help me increase my output, increase my efficiency? Because if I'm editing a vlog and I'm constantly distracted or I can't get into a state of deep work, it's just going to take me ages and the final product is not going to be as good. Also taking a couple supplements before I go to sleep, just magnesium and zinc. Super simple. The magnesium hits pretty quickly. Like, I definitely notice it after I take it, and it definitely helps me fall asleep. That tied in with the reading, I never have any struggles falling asleep. I don't track my sleep either. I used to own a Whoop, but I'd wake up and I'd see a low recovery score, and I feel like that would put me in a state of feeling tired for the rest of the day, where sometimes I'll have like a bad sleep and I wake up and I don't have something reinforcing me that I had a bad sleep, so I'll just be able to go up and get on with my day. Alright, it's that time of the video where I answer one of your guys' questions. I'm going to keep it to one today because I feel like this video has been a lot of yapping and a lot of sharing my thoughts. Anyway, I love this part of the video because it gives me the opportunity to kind of share my ideas, my thoughts, my philosophies, and if there's people out there on the internet who want to listen to that and maybe take some advice or learn something from me, I think that's pretty cool. So the question today is, bro, I just filmed my intro. Hold up, this guy's calling me. Yo. You want to say hello to the vlog?
Yo, what's up, friends?
You might not recognize this guy. He shaved his head off. Alright. So, today's question is, what's the best advice for someone going into college but unsure about what they want to do? This is a great question, and I think it's important to note that it is completely normal to not know what you want to do going into college. In fact, I think there's more people in your situation not knowing what they want to do going into college than there is people knowing exactly what they want to do going into college. And in fact, I think there's probably more people graduating college who still don't know what they want to do than people graduating college knowing exactly what they want to do. I spent 3 years in college, and that whole time academically I did something that I just wasn't aligned with and didn't really know what I wanted to do. And now I do something which is completely unrelated to my degree or what I went to college for, which was to play soccer and study finance. I think the world we live in today, obviously with social media, it is so easy to compare yourself to other people, and it breeds this narrative that you kind of have to have everything figured out and that you have to know exactly what you want to do going into college, or either you don't go into college and you start this online business and you make millions of dollars, and it can be very overwhelming. And I feel like it's a superpower nowadays to be able to stay in your own lane and run your own race and just be comfortable with the fact that you might not know what you want to do. So yeah, that would be my first bit of advice, is just to realize, be comfortable with the fact that you don't know what you want to do. Realize that it's completely normal, and college is the perfect place to figure out what you want to do. My next piece of advice when it comes to not only deciding what you want to choose to do in college, but what you want to, if you're trying to decide what you want to do in life in general, is don't sit in your indecision. I feel like a lot of people nowadays waste a lot of time trying to avoid making the wrong decision. I now do something which is completely unrelated to what I did in college, but I found that thing, videography and making YouTube videos, through being in college and just trying something which piqued my interest. I think the goal is to try and find something that you're aligned with and that gives you energy and that doesn't feel like work to you. And the best way, the easiest way, I think the only way you're going to find that thing is just by trying a bunch of things. And don't let a fear of failing or a fear of something not working out stop you from trying something that you want. I had no idea when I started making YouTube videos that it was going to lead to the situation that I'm in today. And I still don't know if all this stuff is going to work out. It just started with the idea of making YouTube videos piquing my interest and me giving it a shot and realizing that it gave me energy. It was something that I aligned with, which then I made the decision to just go all in on it and put a lot of effort into it. And I've been rewarded so far. That would be my biggest advice, just to try things. Pay attention to what you naturally come back to. Pay attention to the things that you do and enjoy when no one else is watching. And pay attention to the things that you do, even if they didn't grant you success immediately. And I feel like those are the things that you are probably more naturally aligned with, and that's the direction I think you should go in. Yeah, hopefully that answers your question. That's just advice from my own personal experience. I watched a lecture on YouTube by Graven Weaver. I'll pop it up here. he goes further into depth about finding stuff that gives you energy and going all in on it. It was super eye-opening. I actually watched that video right before I bought my first camera, and it kind of definitely played a part in the journey that I've been on for the past year. So yeah, hopefully that answers your question. Keep dropping questions below because I love answering them, and I love sharing, relating them back to my experiences. But that is the end of another vlog, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Drop what you want to see next in these vlogs. I get that it's definitely like a transition period. This is definitely very much a transition period in my life, but I feel like I'm finding my feet here in Sydney. Definitely a lot of traveling coming up, a lot of training coming up, so I'm keen to document a lot of it. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.